Greetings from New York. That's where I am right now, but not for long, just for the rest of the day. Um, Welcome to Buffy's Angels, where we continue our watch throughs of season 2 of Angel and season 5 of Buffy. With me, Daniel Ehrenberg, who knows them all by fucking heart. Don't even worry about it. Um, and over there, watching for the first time, reacting in real time, for at real time for real me this week. Yeah. Here he is, Logan B. Adair. What's up, buddy?
I feel like it's been forever since we recorded, right?
Well, yeah,
I mean, it is a day late, but we didn't do wrestling.
We did the main show a day early. We skipped
Yeah,
wrestling and we did Buffy a day late. So it has been longer than usual.
yeah, feels really weird. And you might,
And I'm not in my normal spot. So like I'm like in this weird corner of my parents' basement.
yeah.
So
What
like,
they do with your room?
are you kidding me? My room is, first of all, uh my parents bought a two-bedroom apartment.
Oh, as soon as
Okay.
you guys are gone.
No, not as soon as we were gone, when we were there. Okay.
Oh
So
well,
like they live in a room and my sister lives in a room and they converted a walk-in closet into a bedroom. That was my room growing up. Okay. It was
you're like
terrible.
Harry Potter.
It was not a real bedroom. I would like take women home and fuck them in my bunk bed in my room that's like 30 square feet. And if less than that, way less than that. And
The game that you had. Was there ever a second time?
second, oh, bringing the girl home.
Yeah, like back after they
Yeah,
knew the
well,
setup.
I was really charming and good looking back then. All right. Like I wouldn't be able to pull it off today. Anyway, um, but yeah, no. So and then I slept in the basement for a while. So I never really had a bedroom in this house my whole life.
Well,
Yeah, great
we have
stuff.
a recording spot. That's all we need these days.
I guess so. It's not comfortable. I'm leaning against.
We'll suck it up. We'll be here for a while.
I feel like the ceiling is collapsing a little bit on me, like right above me. And
It could be a
and
scene from Final Destination if somebody bathes above you. You
good
remember
point.
that? Somebody
Yeah,
fell right on him.
I do. All right, but we're ready to forge ahead, you know.
But the
I
point is, I might need your help. I did watch Buffy at least. I watched them on different days. So I saw Buffy a day earlier than Angel, and that was a day earlier than I think I watched it Tuesday at this point. Now it's Friday. So might need your help on the Buffy episode.
listen, the fact of the matter is I care way more about the Angel episode this week. So let's get into Buffy.
I gotta tell you, I was like
What?
halfway through Angel and I checked. I was like, is this the right Angel episode? Daniel hyped this up like to high heaven. I don't even afterward, I was like, did I maybe I still fucked up. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I
Nah,
don't think
maybe
I
you just
did.
didn't like it as much as me.
Yeah.
Um,
But
listen.
real me, start with Buffy. What happened on whatever day this was?
Oh, well, you know how some weeks nothing happens? Stuff happened this week.
Wow, I'm excited.
Yeah. October 3rd, 2000 is the release date. I mean the air date for these episodes. I thought since the Olympics have now wrapped up, I would tell you what Buffy and Angel are competing against at the moment.
What do you mean?
I mean, like what's airing on that night on network television.
Oh, okay. All right.
ABC's still rocking 2 hours of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They're obsessed with it. They can't stop. But CBS, they've got 2 hours of Jag.
Can I say what I thought? Thought you meant for a second? I kind of thought you meant like if Buffy and Angel competed in the Olympics.
Oh, that's
And then I
interesting.
thought
Well,
like that would be a good episode because they're superpowered. They could win like on a dime. Like we recruit them because we're sucking so much. We're like, let's get Buffy and Angel in there. They'd win.
true. I think Buffy
That could
would
be kind of
win.
fun.
I think Buffy would be good at the luge.
What's that?
Um, what? You never watched like Cool Runnings, bobsledding?
That's what that
Um,
is. Yeah, I know.
sort of. Um, all right. So CBS is 2 hours of Jag, so they're kicking Buffy's ass. Don't even worry about it.
I had
Um,
like 35 hours of Jag this summer.
what does that mean?
He won
What
Big
does that?
Brother.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I already forgot that guy existed.
Me too.
Um, all right.
That was pretty good. I hope somebody really liked that.
I liked it. Once I understood it, it was a great joke.
Okay, okay.
Uh, Fox. Fox is my favorite lineup of the night. How about this? They've got that 70s show at 8 o'clock. It was a great episode, the one where the parents finally found out that the kids smoke weed. Um, then at 8:30, don't worry about it. Titus, starring Christopher Titus. I watched every episode of that. Uh, but Daniel, do you own it on DVD? Yes, I do own it on
Oh
DVD.
my
Thanks for
God.
asking. um, and at 9 o'clock, how about this? The series premiere, the pilot episode of a new show produced by James Cameron. And it's pretty much our first time noticing a new breakout star. All right. I'm talking about Jessica Alba starring
Oh wow.
in Dark Angel. That's right. Could you believe that Fox premiered Dark Angel opposite Angel?
Well, no, that seems kind of crazy. I didn't know
That's
James Cameron had
fucking
anything to do with
nuts.
that show.
James Cameron created that show and takes credit for discovering Jessica Alba. He's the one who chose her as the casting.
Wow. Some I'll give him the credit.
Yeah.
That's the right best thing you ever did, in my opinion.
I would say it's maybe the best thing he ever did post T2.
No, Titanic.
Titanic's better than discovering Jessica Alba.
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
guess. I guess he discovered Kate Winslet. Well, no, she was around. What the fuck are we talking about?
She
Um,
stepped out of that car. He knew what he got. That beautiful shot where she lifts her hat.
everyone knows it.
Everybody
It's a,
knows it.
it's a purple hat, right?
Oh, I don't know all
I'm just trying to picture it.
that.
All right, and NBC, they had Dateline NBC and some baseball going. UPN, they spent their 2 hours airing Broken Arrow, the movie Broken Arrow,
Holy shit. Dewey's theme
starring.
is
Yeah,
playing
I
right
was
now.
gonna say starring the score from Scream 2. All right. Well, I mentioned the Olympics wrapped up.
Yeah, what
The
happened?
United States walked away with the most medals, 97, and the most gold medals, 40. And on the last day of the Olympics, which was right before this, just 2 days before this episode of Buffy, um, the United States won the basketball gold medal, beating France 85-75. But it was considered a disappointment at the time because we were so used to the dream teams just like demolishing everybody. That
Yeah.
seemed crazy that we were only beating France by 10.
10 points. That's a pretty big.
With the dream teams with like Shaq and fucking Larry Bird or Magic Johnson and David Robinson and Patrick Ewing, like those teams, they'd go out, they beat teams like 170-20.
Yeah, I'm sure the spread was probably like
Like I'm not
17
even
points. It was a
I'm
disappointment.
barely exaggerating. This 85-75 is crazy.
And not even
And
getting 100, I'm sure that was disappointing too. You want
absolutely.
100
And the
points.
top scorers for the United States tied with 13 points. That's nothing.
Yeah. That's
That's not.
always cool though. I always like getting ESPN updates where it's like this team won, and because it always shows like the score and it'll show like the two top
Yeah.
scorers from each team or the one top scorer from each team. But it'll say like I like when a team wins, but the top scorers, yeah, it's like this
Eight
person had
points.
14 points, and it's like
Yeah.
everyone on the team had 14 points. It's like it's one of those games.
Yeah.
That's always cool, kind of.
Do you
I
want
like
to
that.
guess which of those two United States basketball players had 13 points in that game?
Duncan, Kobe.
No. No, but I was thinking about Duncan and Kobe recently. Why isn't Duncan as revered as Kobe? Like I looked up Tim Duncan recently on the
I
internet,
agree with you.
and the year that Kobe raped that lady, Tim Duncan donated millions of dollars in charity to breast cancer.
Yeah, I agree. Any ranking I've ever done, I've always had Duncan over Kobe. He's not as cool. San Antonio is not as big a
I would argue
market
he
as
is
Los
cool. I,
Angeles.
I would argue that dudes who
I
don't rape
agree with
ladies are
you.
cooler than dudes who rape ladies.
I'm just trying to say like the public. That's what they think. Like even still.
I
Um,
know.
I don't know. I never got it either. I completely agree with you.
I've decided though, like just in the last week, I decided that I Tim Duncan's my favorite basketball player of all time.
I love that choice. That's an
Thank you.
awesome choice. I think Duncan is better than Shaq.
Oh, I agree.
Wow.
Shaq, there's holes in Shaq's game. He was dominant at certain things, but there were
Sucked at
holes in
free
his.
throws. So bad
I
at free
mean,
throws.
notably, like people who don't even give a shit about basketball know that Shaq sucks at free
It's a
throws.
bit
That's
in
how
Scary Movie
famously bad he
4.
is.
He has to shoot
Yeah,
the rock to get out of the saw trap. Yeah.
and he fails.
They find his body later.
All right, the two
Remember?
basketball. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about it. Was Ray Allen from He Got Game and Vince Carter.
Oh wow, a guard game a little bit.
There you go.
That's pretty fun.
The Country Music Awards happened.
Okay.
All right, and
Garth Brooks,
no, the
George
Dixie
Strait.
the Dixie Chicks really swept the whole awards. They won like almost every important award. And I want to say this is the very end of the Dixie Chicks being on top of the country music universe because we are now under 1 year away from 9/11.
Wow, that's
And
the end of them.
the Dixie Chicks were anti-Bush during 9/11, and the country music community did not support them. And so,
Wow,
I
that's
mean, this is
crazy.
basically the end of their run at the top, winning these awards.
Wow. Shout out to the Dixie Chicks.
Shout out to one of them died this week, one of the original chicks.
Really?
Yeah,
Was that the
yeah.
first one, last one? Which one?
It
Are
was
they all dead?
it was the second hottest of the three. I know that much.
But is there one remaining or what?
I think two of them are remaining. I think this is the first
Out of
one
how
to die.
many? There
Just
was
three.
three.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Natalie Maines, this one, and a third one.
It's like
I only know the name of the
when
one.
Lisa Loeb died, or was it her? Which one died?
Lisa Loeb's still alive.
Or not Lisa Loeb. Lisa left.
Oh, Left Eye
Lisa.
Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez.
Yeah, but it is like that because the other two TLC, they're still touring sometimes.
Yeah, we just lived through that moment. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we're just sort of like we have to accept Left Eye's
Destiny's Child
died.
is all alive, right? None of them dead.
Yes, they're all alive,
Okay.
but you know, we go out, we see TLC on tour, we mourn Left Eye, but we enjoy what Chili and T-Boz are still able to
They
do.
didn't replace her at all.
Nope.
That's cool.
Yeah. Can you imagine that if they just got like another singer? They're like, let's name her something with an L.
Found a Lauren. We got one. All
Lauren
right.
Loser Lopez. All right.
Wow.
Um, we've got a birth and a two deaths. What do you want to hear about first?
Sandwich them.
Oh, I love it. The first death, Benjamin Orr from the great band The Cars. He died this week of cancer at the age of 53. It was very sad at the time. He was only their like guitarist or whatever, but he does sing lead vocals on two of their most famous songs. All right.
Okay. What are those?
You know, just what I needed.
Oh yeah.
That one. And who's gonna drive you home?
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, he sings on both those.
Wow, that's great.
All right. And all right, the birth. You want me to sandwich the birth?
Yep.
How about you just watched Thanksgiving this week, right?
Yep.
Do you
Addison
remember
Ray.
Addison Ray,
Holy
TikToker
shit.
Addison Ray was born 3 days after these episodes aired.
It doesn't even count.
It kind of counts.
How do you even know that? You Google all the days in the week this
No, I
week?
Google. I have this website I go to. Like, what happened in October 2000?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
All
shout
right.
out to Addison. I thought she was great in Thanksgiving.
I thought she left no impression whatsoever, and I was surprised when I looked her up and found she was famous. Um,
Well, like she was like the first person that was TikTok famous, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. She was definitely.
Her or the D'Amelios, you know who they
Well,
are?
yeah. Of course I do. Dude, she was put in like a movie to star in. Remember they did
Yeah,
He's All
he's
That,
all that
and
with her.
she's the lead. And then it was like, oh, she's not very good. We'll put her in small roles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other death that week was sadly Richard Farnsworth, the old man from The Straight Story.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Now, you might think he died of old age because he's very old, right?
Suicide?
His wife died, and then he immediately got cancer, and he was just like, fuck this. Shot himself in the head. Dead.
God damn.
Yeah. I
Wow.
sort of get it, though.
Aren't there the straight story that's about two old people, right? Is it about
Well,
two old brothers?
no.
I
I
thought
don't
it
know
was
what you're
about a
thinking of.
brother trying to go visit his other brother.
Oh, it might be, but the whole movie is the sort of like
Okay.
road trip across America. Yeah, I
Okay.
do think he's going to visit a brother, though. That does sound right. Um, okay, and couple big album releases this week. Music. All right.
Mhm.
This is me. I'm now 14. Okay, when these episodes are airing, and this is me struggling with my past and present as a music fan. My new favorite band in 2000 is Radiohead. I'm obsessed with them. Okay. And the
Okay.
day that these episodes aired, they released their seminal album, Kid A. Okay. And I was into it, baby. I listened to it constantly. I even smoked weed and listened to that while watching the Buffy episode Restless on mute, as you might recall.
With your friends, right?
That's right. Yeah. Josh and Nathaniel. And but on the same day as that, Green Day, my original favorite band, put out Minority. I mean, the album was called Warning, but the big hit, of course, was Minority. Remember that
Yeah.
song?
No, I don't think so.
I wanna be a minority.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Anyway,
That was your first favorite band?
my first favorite band ever as a little child was Aerosmith. But once I
Oh.
like knew about music, okay, like when Dookie came out, the album with like Welcome to Paradise and Basket Case and Longview, that album blew my ever loving mind, Logan. And they were my favorite band until I heard Radiohead.
Hmm. So this
Yeah.
is a real transition period.
This was a transitional period in my musical taste. I bought both those albums, listened to them both a lot, but I was changing.
I love it.
All right. Also, that same day, Badly Drawn Boy put out The Hour of Bewildered Beast, which is an incredible album that won the Mercury Music Prize that year for that's sort of a British Pulitzer Prize for music. Anyway,
That's cool.
um, movies. You want to know movies?
Yeah, absolutely. My
All right.
favorite thing.
Debuting at number one, the number one movie in America is Remember the Titans.
Okay.
All right. And outside of the top 10, over in the indie theaters, what are people going to see that came out this week? Best in Show.
Wow.
Best in Show, as well as Girl Fight with Michelle Rodriguez. So I want to tell you something. That means Jessica Alba and Michelle Rodriguez were thrust upon us in the same week, and we had to
That's
figure
crazy.
out what was going on. I think at the time we all thought Alba was the one that was gonna last. Can you imagine that could have happened? What if Alba was Letty?
Imagine her trying to play what's that called? Amnesia. Imagine her trying to play that. What? We were
I
married?
I simply don't remember you.
Uh,
That
look
is
at
good
my
stuff.
tummy. Look at me dance though.
Uh, all right. Um, she actually probably could have played Giselle.
Interesting.
If Alba's
Giselle.
gonna be a Fast and Furious character, I go with Giselle.
What about Mia? She could just play like the love interest sister.
Mia's too like charming and cute. Like Jessica Alba
Really?
feels like formidable to me.
No, that's actually a good point. That she does do that well.
Yeah. Okay. And as for wrestling, not much going on, but I will tell you that I've reached a point in my research where the internet is enough of a thing in 2000 that when I Googled the Raw and Nitro, I am no longer looking at retro reviews. That's like people now going back and watching them in hindsight. I've got current reviews, people in 2000 talking about wrestling. Okay.
That's really cool.
And I just want to say the dude who wrote the WWF one, I'm bored of The Rock. The Rock is boring. I mean,
Boy, is he in for a
you
treat.
can't fucking please wrestling assholes. That's what I learned. Reading that this morning made me realize I will never read. I have no interest in wrestling fans' opinions on wrestling. They're not gonna like anything. All right. Um. All right. That's what I got. Let's start on these episodes. Buffy is Real Me. It was written by David Fury. Um, he's been around with us for since Go Fish, and he's written a lot of episodes. Most recently, Prime Evil, which was the sort of pseudo finale of season 4 of Buffy. And our director is David Grossman. With it, and I want to celebrate him a little bit because this is his last appearance on Buffy or Angel. Okay,
Oh,
so let's go back and
yeah.
look
What
at
do we
at
got?
his fine career. Wait, I'm wrong. The dude who directed
Oh,
Angel is it's his last appearance on the
oh
show.
my
I'm
God! Get out of here,
sorry,
David Grossman.
I fucked that
Fucking
up. No, but
celebrate you
I
another
wanted to
time.
say Grossman had a great season 4 of Buffy. He directed 4 episodes. This is what they were: Living Conditions, Wild at Heart, Superstar, The Yoko Factor. Really strong stuff.
Yeah, Yoko Factor might be the worst one, and that's a good episode.
Yeah, agreed. Um, let's get into it. October 3rd, 2000. Buffy, Real Me. Michelle Trachtenberg's in the opening credits. What the fuck is going on? Talk to me.
Yeah, she sure is. It starts out Buffy, she's back on track, right? I'm committed to slaying. We're practicing. Me and Giles.
Yeah.
Practice time. Practice, 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 right? How do you get through Carnegie? Remember for the Muppets? I don't know. Remember,
Good
and then Dawn
job.
is like, "Can we go home?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
That's
a
fun.
brat.
Yep. And then, yeah, as you said, she's in the opening credits.
You want to know something that bothers me about that opening scene?
Yeah. Well, it's not.
All right. So
I
you
like
know
how it's
how
directed. It was kind of cool.
it is cool. It's cool looking. But at the end of this episode, Giles decides he's gonna buy that magic shop. And then he's like, I wonder if there's a space in the back that we can like practice in?
Hmm.
There is a space in the back that they practice in. It's this space. That's where they shot this.
Oh wow. So when
But
you watch,
they're not in the magic shop yet.
but you can tell
But
because
I
you've
can
seen that
tell,
so many
yeah,
times.
this is the set they built for the training area in the back of the magic box. But we're not supposed to be there yet.
That's amazing. I love that little tidbit.
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, so that's the opening, right? Dawn's being annoying. Her
Yeah.
name I'm never gonna like get used to. Dawn feels weird.
Wait, wait. I jack off. It got really hot. What were you just saying about Dawn?
The name is weird. Dawn.
Why? Dawn.
I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know. I feel like
That's
Dawn is
just
like Joyce. I feel like Joyce looks like a Dawn. I don't know.
those are both just regular names that people
I
have been
know.
using for centuries.
I know. I realized shouldn't have even complained because it was just a dumb thing. Anyway, so Dawn, I'll get used to it. So Dawn, the whole thing this episode is she has a journal and she
There's a
always
Willow
writes.
and a Giles on the show, and you're like, "What's this
I'm never gonna.
on?" The main character is Buffy.
I know. I don't know what my beef is. But Dawn has a journal. She's always writing in this journal. She's always writing down her thoughts, so we get to
Yeah,
know what she's thinking about.
yeah. I want to say one weird thing about this episode is that in this script was written before they cast Trachtenberg, and they had her at 12 in the script. That was supposed to be the character's age, but when they cast Trachtenberg, they aged her up to 14.
Hmm.
And so it's weird that she's reading the dialogue in this episode as though she's 12, but she's not.
Interesting. I don't really think I noticed.
She's just a little young, like her whole thing. Like, she doesn't know about
But
Willow
she knows
and
about
Tara
she knows about
yet.
sex. She's like Buffy and Riley. They probably have sex.
Yeah, but when when Joyce tells her like don't do this, maybe don't do the stuff that Willow and Tara do together, she thought that she was talking about witchcraft.
Yeah. Seemed crazy for Joyce to even bring that up. Like
Well,
there's
it's the year 2000. Normal liberals are still pretty homophobic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I want to say too that Joyce clearly found out about that between this episode and the last episode.
yeah, she's just like finding stuff out. We're just like, "Oh yeah, Joyce knows about this stuff."
So we got so many weird updates this week. Like, oh, Spike got a new TV. Giles
Yeah.
finally replaced his car. All right.
Yeah, we're just resetting for the new season, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fine. But so great scene in the kitchen, right? Where Buffy tries to make a bowl of cereal,
I
but
mean,
Dawn
it's not as good as when she sings Macho Man and pours herself some juice, but it's a pretty good kitchen scene.
close second place kitchen scene here. Um, I actually liked the one where it's like at the end of an episode, everybody's gathered around eating
And Xander
breakfast.
can't open pickle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Xander has a problem in the kitchen. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah.
But
That's the
I liked
episode.
this.
That's Helpless, which by the way is also written by David Fury. He loves kitchen scenes.
Yeah, I love that. Uh, the so the yeah, I really liked this. Great choreography here. Turning around with the bowl and the milk and whatnot.
I like the face Dawn makes when Buffy like pointedly looks at her about there being no milk.
Yeah,
She just
Dawn's the
looks
best part of the
straight
scene. I
ahead.
think
Yeah.
her acting, Michelle. She's good this episode. But anyway, so we're in Giles' car.
Yeah, brand new car. We last saw his Citroen get destroyed in season 4, episode 12. A New Man. You recall that?
No,
That's the one where Giles became like a demon.
yeah, I remember, but I don't remember his car being destroyed.
Well, the car got fucked up in that one, and he hasn't replaced it since. Here he's got a new car. Nice big red midlife crisis mobile. It's like my dad. My dad when he was going like right around the same age, he got a Mustang that we couldn't afford. We were all pissed off at him. Yeah.
That's funny. He's I like when Don changes the radio, and he's like, "Hey, Don, get the fuck out of here! Changing my radio."
I was hoping something would come on like that scene in X-Men 2 where Bye 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 comes on when they're fucking
Mm.
with the radio in Wolverine's car.
Is that a Joss written thing?
No, he didn't work on 2,
Seems
unfortunately.
like it. I like this moment from Giles. I don't know if you really understand this, but Giles talks about how he prefers a manual transmission as opposed to automatic, which is a thing that like nobody prefers, but it's funny that Giles does.
Oh,
So I thought that was
my
funny.
girlfriend laughed at that joke, and I didn't even realize it was a joke.
Yeah, because when it's manual, that's like you ever hear of stick shift? That's like what that is. Nobody
I
likes doing that because then you gotta like do it yourself. But
what? But that's fun for people who like driving.
I guess
Don't like
so.
the Fast and
I don't want
Furious
to say
guys.
nope.
They like
Nobody.
stick shifts.
Probably. Yeah, if you do have more control. Like if you're way into it, you probably like it. It seemed like a Giles thing. I don't want to say nobody does it. Nobody listening to this movie podcast likes it though. To
Let
this
us know,
podcast about
gang.
Buffy. Or maybe they do.
Mikey Graff, what is your mail truck got?
People do
Is it
listen
automatic or
while they're in
stick?
cars often, so there probably
I
are a
guess
lot of
you're
good
right. Yeah.
drivers.
Who's
What do I
driving
know?
right now? If you're driving right now, uh, keep driving, but text me about it.
Pull over immediately though and
No, don't
text
pull
me.
over. Don't pull over. While you're driving, just look down.
No, don't text and drive.
All right.
But that just seemed like a child's move. I like that line. But anyway, so another thing we learn about Dawn is she likes chess, right?
Yeah, I like part of the fun of this episode, and apparently David Fury had a lot of freedom here to do this, is like he gets to sort of establish what Dawn's relationship is with each individual character. And she has like a unique relationship to everybody. So yeah, like Willow is like her idol, basically, right? Like
Hmm.
her chess buddy or whatever. And like Tara's Willow's friend, and like she really respects her, thinks she's really cool. Tara treats her like an equal. She has a big time crush on Xander. She likes Riley, but he treats her like a kid. She hates Anya because Anya's with Xander, and that's her crush. Like I love all that stuff. It's really well done.
Yeah, I agree with you. Really well done. She talks about how she leads with her knight in chess, which I think is a good move. But you know what I do? You know anything
Tell
about
me.
chess?
Yeah, I'm a conservative chess player. My move in chess, I start with a pawn, one space forward, baby.
That's a good move. But what you need to do is you move the pawn that's in play that's like in the spot in front of or not in front of, but I guess diagonal to the bishop, that little guy
Yeah.
thing that moves diagonal. I like moving the pawn out so I can mess with
Wait,
that
isn't the
bishop.
bishop the knight?
No, that's called the knight.
The knight's the king?
The knight is the horse.
But that's
The
the
king is the
bishop.
king.
The bishop is the horse.
That's the knight. The bishop is like the little thing with the little nipple on the top.
That's the rook.
No, the rook's on the corner, on the ends. The rook goes like straight ahead or straight across.
What is the nipple on the top?
It's like the little spirally one that goes diagonal.
Man, I guess I haven't played in a while.
I don't really know how to describe that little piece.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I guess it's been too long.
But I like to use
Oh,
that.
I'm
So I
looking at him. I'm looking at him right now. I see a king, queen. Oh, you're right. Look at that little guy with a little divot in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool. So I like to move the pawn out and then mess with that little guy. I like to shoot him out to the left and then really like target things with that guy.
Wow.
So that's my little advice.
Maybe we should now that we're doing video, maybe we should play each other chess on video.
Dude, that would be so fun. That would be awesome. Chess. They're big like chess Twitch streamers, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's right. There are like chess nerds out there that are like young and on the
People do
internet.
anything on Twitch. There's like people do crossword puzzles on Twitch, probably.
I just want to see girls in bathtubs playing video games.
Yeah. There's like this new feature where there's like black sensor bars. So like everybody's using black sensor bars and they're just like getting naked on the live
That's
streams.
so dumb. Uh,
So the magic shop, right? We learned that Mr. Bogarty died.
yeah, yeah. Tara knew him by name.
Yeah, she really liked Mr. Bogarty, but now he's dead and it's crazy. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, I guess Don's never like been around a dead body before. Luckily, she doesn't freak out like when Joy saw her first dead body in Gingerbread.
And she tried to like make a cult.
Yeah, when she started Moo, Mothers Opposed to the Occult.
That was her first dead body, not School Hard.
I mean, she was around in School Hard, but I guess because those were kids in Gingerbread that fucked with her.
Yeah, I guess so.
But remember, those kids turned out to be like a demon in disguise.
Right. And there's like a weird moment where a guy talks to Dawn and he's like, I know your secret. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird stuff with Dawn. We don't really know her full story, obviously.
One thing he says is curds and whey, which is a
Yeah, is that
weird
a
thing
street
to tell
address?
somebody. No, no, no. Now that's a reference to Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating some curds and whey. All right,
Is that
and
from that dream?
exactly, yeah. So this is going again back to the dream and graduation day part two, where Faith tells Buffy Little Miss Muffet counting down from 730.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
hmm. Okay, so she has a moment where she talks to Tara. They're like good buddies. She really likes Tara. Sweet moment.
Yeah, I thought that was yeah, you know, Dawn, an episode, a character we're really first meeting in this episode, and like Tara, who's like not a regular at the moment, and like is doesn't consider herself part of the gang really. It's nice to get a one-on-one Tara Dawn scene. Like, it was cool, like really experimenting with character combos here.
And it worked. That was a nice moment.
Yeah, I agree.
So shouts to them.
I actually thought Amber Benson was really good in this episode.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't.
Like
Yeah.
the scene where she's like talking to Willow and like trying to explain where Dawn comes from because she kind of comes from the same place. Like that's good.
Yeah, not the LVP. So we get there's like Buffy. She says that she doesn't think it was one vampire who killed Bogarty. She thinks that it was a lot of them.
Yeah, she's right.
She's right. We cut to we get a moment where Giles is like, "Huh, it'd be interesting to own a magic shop." He mentions it here.
Yeah, he's like looking at the books and going like, "This place was profitable."
And there's
Wow.
a unicorn. A unicorn got stolen. That's a thing at the end of the episode. So, the unicorn.
Well, it's established that Harmony loves unicorns. That's sort of the first tip off that it's her.
Oh. Well, somebody steals one here and then later he dies. They kill him with it.
Yeah, because Brad steals one because he knows Harmony likes them, and
Oh, that was Brad.
yeah, he's trying to kiss ass.
And then he died. Oh, I liked Brad.
Can I just say that two members of Harmony's gang, two of these actors died really young.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I never knew it until doing the research for this. But the big dude who played Mort,
Mm-hmm.
he evidently died of brain cancer just before COVID. And Brad, the guy who played Brad is like the scariest thing ever. He died at 34 in the year like 2007. Um, apparently due to complications of sleep apnea. And you know what that means?
What?
Like sleep apnea is when you like snore so bad that you like struggle breathing like while you're sleeping.
Right.
So this motherfucker was just probably sleeping and just stopped breathing. He like got clogged up from all the snoring and just died.
Or he like really struggled.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you're sleeping and then suddenly you can't catch your breath, that could be a really scary
You
situation.
think he woke up like not being able to breathe and
That
just
was kind of
died?
my first thought when you said
Jesus
that. My
Christ,
my
that's
first
even
thought wasn't
scarier.
yeah, my first thought wasn't peaceful.
Ugh. Anyway,
That's
yes,
really
that's
scary.
horrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Of course, another member of this gang, the sort of like broy blonde one,
Okay.
he goes on. Whedon liked him so much that in season 6 of Buffy, he cast that actor as a different and pretty important character, and then uses that actor again in Cabin in the Woods. He's one of
That's
the dudes in the white suits working at the facility there.
that's crazy. He was like
Yeah.
the third most I liked Mort and the other guy more.
Agreed. No, he made no impression on me, but evidently
Trash
Whedon
tonic.
on set thought this guy was hilarious, and he honestly it pays off. Like the character he plays in season 6 is really good.
Okay, I'm not gonna diss him or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we cut to Harmony, and Harmony's like, "Great job, everybody. That's fun." And their plan is to kill Buffy. What does
Yeah.
Harmony ever do? She's always just like, I don't know. I'm gonna leave Spike and
I like
I'm gonna
Harmony or
kill. I
whatever,
like her too.
but she's like she can't be the big like the major villain of an episode.
Like that's all she does though. She's never a good guy.
No, I
She's always
know,
just like a villain for one
but
episode.
it's
That's happened three
okay.
times.
Yeah, yeah, but she usually shows up with somebody, usually Spike, or like I think the next time she sees her, she's got another person. But like this is just Harmony leading a gang. That's not gonna do it for me.
No, no, not even as good as
Like to me,
what
that
was
this episode felt very slight. I understand that the main interest of this episode is developing Dawn, and that they do a great job with. But I mean, I am not invested in the rest, and I never worried for Dawn when she was like kidnapped or anything.
no,
I
no, me
kept
either.
thinking like something else. Like I kept thinking either like her plan was going to turn out to be like surprisingly smart or like she had like an ace in the hole or something. Like but it really wasn't. It was just like dumb Harmony leading a gang of vampires against Buffy.
Yeah, and I never thought they were setting up anything season long. It did feel very one-off, even in the moment. Like I remember that episode last season, the Sunday episode.
Yeah.
I thought for sure in the moment I was like, oh, this is the big bad of the season, and I didn't feel that at all here. It felt slight while I was watching it, which isn't bad. I like this episode, it's fine, but
Yeah. But like even when like she gets invited inside by Dawn, which is supposed to be a big moment, like I don't know. I'm never like worried for anybody.
right, yeah, no, I feel the same way. Even for like Joyce,
Yeah. I mean
yeah.
Dracula didn't kill her. What's fucking
Yeah,
Harmony?
exactly. We just one episode ago, the same thing happened. So with Dracula, what are we doing? But all right. So Xander comes over, right? Joyce is like, I gotta go do some stuff for work. I don't know, whatever. And Buffy can't babysit because she has to go do some stuff. So we called Xander, and Dawn, she's really excited because as we mentioned, she loves Xander. She's a big crush on Xander.
That's right.
She says some funny stuff about him. She says that last episode he went undercover for Dracula to get details on Dracula, which is funny.
Yeah.
She says that he's so smart that he skipped college to do construction.
Which is like deep.
Yeah, I love that moment. That was really good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just a lot of stuff. She looks up to Xander and she really has a crush on him. So
Yeah.
probably my favorite
Some
dynamic of the
sometimes when he looks at me, it's like he sees me, you know?
the writing for it is very funny.
Yeah.
Like writing like how a girl would write is really really funny. I like a
Yeah.
little girl. So a moment here where I don't know if this moment really worked where Tara is like, I feel like an outsider, Willow. Willow's like, no, Tara, you're a part of the
What? That's the
crew.
scene I said I liked.
All right.
Yeah.
Willow's like, we'll have a ceremony for you. I don't
And
know.
Tara's like, maybe let's do that for Tara for Dawn. I'm a grown woman. But
It felt
thanks.
I felt like they should be making strides that like at integrating her. Why are we in
Yeah,
episode 2 and she feels left out
I know.
more?
We're setting this up because in a few episodes there's a big Tara episode that Joss Whedon writes and directs that
Okay.
yeah, we'll get there.
It's fine. I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I guess I will. But a fun moment where Anya and Dawn and Xander play Monopoly. I also like
They're playing the game of life, but okay.
oh yeah, of course they are. Obviously. Why did I even wrote Monopoly, so stupid. Yeah, but Anya's like, I want to trade my kids in for money.
Yeah.
And I like how Don we mentioned this. Don, she's like, Xander treats everybody as equal, even people that he shouldn't treat as equal. Cut to Anya.
Yeah.
That was very cute. But I like this scene. They play the game of life. Very fun. And then Harmony shows up, right? While they're playing life. Is that what
That's
happens?
right. Yeah, I think
You know
so.
what I thought it was like? I wrote The Purge. It felt like the gang from The Purge that are like outside the door that are like, we're coming in. It felt like those guys, and the Harmony was like that guy doing the Draco Malfoy impression. That's what it
I,
felt like to me.
I
The
always think of
Purge.
Nicholas Brendon as TV's Ethan Hawke.
Really?
No.
uh, but all right, so but that's fun, and then what's her name? Dawn. She invites him in.
Yeah, like a fucking moron.
Xander, by the way, knew Brad Connick.
Well, it's established that Brad Connick like had dumped Harmony in high school or something, and so they would have known him from Sunnydale High.
Yeah. So he dumped Harmony, and now he
Yeah.
regrets that.
Well, now she's like the big evil. So he's like she turned him into a vampire. He says that she was
Oh,
her
Sire
sire.
whipped. He
Yeah,
they say at
sire
one point.
whipped, right? So so yeah, I think he like is connected to her on that level now.
Yeah. So Spike shows up, and Spike he comes in for like one scene, and he delivers one of my favorite lines ever in Buffy. He well, first of all, he mentions that he got a new telly, which is great. Got it from when
Yeah.
that fucking
Replaced fucking Forrest. Well,
forest.
yeah.
Yeah. But he says, I fucking, this was so good. He's like, Harmony, you look good. And she says, I feel good.
I
And he says,
remember.
I remember. Oh my God. That was so funny. I loved it. That was a
That
great
might be
part.
the horniest line in the history of Buffy.
Yeah. It was so good too.
Yeah.
Man, that was just impeccable. But yeah, we talked to Mort. Mort is like the big guy, and he grabs
Yeah.
Dawn, and he's like, let's go, guys."
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
back when you said let's go, it meant let's go somewhere. Now it means cool.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Oh, let's go. So they chain her up, and you're like, "Oh no, Dawn's gonna die in this episode." It's like
Do
a
you know I was watching a Rangers game? I'm sorry.
no, it's
I
okay.
was, you know how I hate when people say let's go.
Yeah.
I was watching a Rangers game yesterday, and you can't hear it, but you can see after Keandre Miller scored a goal, like you could read his
Let's
lips, and
go.
he said "Let's go," and I got mad at him.
That's your guy though. He's on your team.
He's one of my favorite players. Yeah,
You turned on him in that moment because he mouths, "Let's go."
yeah.
That's so good. Did you guys win?
5-1, bitch.
5-1. Whoa, they had a bad day. Those other guys. They were
You
like,
mean
"Damn
the
it, what did we
Wash?
do wrong?"
You mean the Washington Capitals with future Hall of Famer Alex Ovechkin? Yeah, we shut them down.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
him. God damn it, that's crazy. So your guy is that star? Who's that guy? I never heard of that guy.
Oh, he's
That's
not
your
like a
star
star
player?
player. No, no,
Oh,
but he's our one black guy. Every team
oh
has one
wow,
black guy, and
yeah.
I really like
Is that true?
ours. Usually, yeah.
I like ours. Oh. So we go to it's like a thing where where like these guys haven't eaten. They're like starving. They're like, we've got to eat Dawn. We are gonna starve to death. It's just crazy. You don't feed us at all. It sucks. But then Buffy shows up, then she fights them all. I don't know what happened at the end.
She beats them up so easily.
Yeah, because
I
they're
mean,
starving. They have no
she
strength.
she beats everybody except Mort like immediately, and then they try to make like it's Mort's gonna be this big fight for
Mort
her.
versus
Like we
Buffy.
haven't seen some big vampire get his
We just
ass
had
kicked by
Dracula
Buffy.
last week. Now
Yeah,
we have Mort.
she killed Dracula, dude. I think she's gonna beat Mort.
Pretty handily. I remember watching the Buffy and Dracula fight, and I remember it being over. Oh, but then they came back for one last scare. Remember? So
A
they
couple
did
of
kind of do
scares.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah. So more they kill him with that
I like
unicorn
to picture
spike.
I like to picture Buffy hanging around that mansion for that like whole night. Just like waiting.
Yeah. Well, I bet no, she knew. Like this bitch, I showed him twice. He's not coming back at this point. Um, so pretty easy. Buffy wins. 2 for Buffy this season. Not even close. Great job for her. She's really good at slaying. Like we don't talk about it enough, but Buffy's really good at slaying. She's
I
probably
know.
best
I
one.
know. I think
She's
a
better
lot
than
of
Faith.
Slayers, I think a lot of Slayers are probably dead by this point. Like she's in her
Kendra,
second year at college. She's doing
way
great.
better than Kendra. Yeah,
Oh
I'd
my
say
God.
Buffy, then Faith, then Kendra. Buffy, then Faith, then the first Slayer, then Kendra. Have
There's
we
a
met any
great
others?
there's a great episode later this season where you know how Spike has killed two Slayers?
Really? He killed 2 of them?
That's established in season 2. That's why they were so scared of him, that
Yeah,
he'd
I do
already
remember
killed
that
two
actually.
Slayers. We get flashbacks to those
Oh
two
wow.
Slayers. It's pretty good.
I hope they're good actors. They got good people
Dude,
for
they're
them.
great.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to get bring in some cool people for that.
Yeah. Um,
So at the end, right? Giles,
go for it.
he's really excited about his upcoming adventure as a magic shop owner.
Yeah, this is a really weird week of Angel and Buffy in that both shows set up what are going to be primary locations of the series for like a long time going
It's a
forward.
good point. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
I mean, we're now like the magic shop is basically going forward going to be the new library slash like kind of Giles's apartment last season.
Right.
And the Hyperion Hotel is the new base of Angel operations going forward. They live there now.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
so it's yeah, it's interesting. That was their agenda this week, setting up locations.
Well, I like it. That's I didn't
Yeah.
I obviously thought about it with Angel, but but I didn't think about the parallel to Buffy. But
Yeah.
the I like this moment from Giles where he says last year he got so bored that he watched Passions of Spike.
Let us never speak of it. Yeah.
So now he actually has something to do. Very excited about that. And Dawn writes in her diary about how Buffy's in for a surprise because she just thinks that I'm her dumb little sister.
Boy, is she in for it. Yeah. And all us Buffy nerds were like, what the fuck does that mean? Does she know more than she's letting on? Let's find out, baby.
Yeah. Something's up with this character. Why is she even fucking here?
Well,
Like,
that's the biggest question. I mean, they did a lot of work establishing Dawn this week, but the biggest question about
yeah.
her, why, who the fuck is she? Why
That
is
was my
she here?
first question as soon as she came
Is
on. We
not
didn't even touch on that. Yeah.
right. That is not remotely established in this at all.
Yeah. So very interested in Dawn, and I really like her. As somebody who like never has gotten any respect in my life,
Yeah,
it's cool for Dawn to be like I
it's
guess that's Xander too.
representation.
Yeah, Dawn is a little like Xander also.
Yeah,
Um,
Xander's tired of being everyone's butt monkey.
Butt Monkey, yeah. So that's cool. I like Dawn. Big fan of Dawn. And she's gonna be my MVP for this episode.
Whoa, I love that. I
Yeah.
think that's delightful. That's a great choice.
I wrote Dawn and I wrote Harmony actually. Those are my only two choices.
Harmony. Wow.
I
Okay.
like the Harmony actor this week. What's her name? I always forget.
Mercedes McNabb.
Wow, I fucking never heard that.
Well, it's there.
I'll give it a
MVP.
3, by the way.
Yeah, me too. My MVP. What if I go with Tara? Is that okay?
That's fine, yeah.
All
And
right.
that one scene that she had worked more for you. So
Yeah, this might be my first time going Tara MVP. So congrats to her.
I feel like you might have gone Tara one episode.
Really?
Maybe the one where she like hid the feather. They were like doing the feather, but then Tara like messed it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Ooh, what was that about? Yeah.
I feel like you liked that.
Yeah, I liked her a lot in New Moon Rising too. The Oz farewell episode. The second Oz farewell episode.
Yeah, the second one. What's the other one?
Wild at Heart.
Oh, of course. I don't know if I feel good about where I ranked it. It kind of feels
Who's your
high
LVP?
on my LVP. I wrote Riley and I wrote Joyce. I think I'm just gonna go Joyce. It sucks. Like anytime Joyce is in an episode, I kind of go
Nah.
her for the LVP.
Here's the LVP. Listen. Name every member of Harmony's gang. Go.
You're gonna go the guy, but you're gonna go the guy Joss brought back.
Nope. Name every member of Harmony's gang right now. Go.
Mort, Connick, that guy. That's all I
Yeah,
remember.
I knew you'd say that, but there's a fourth person in the gang.
Okay, yeah, that's your
Okay,
LVP.
it's a lady. She's sort
Oh
of
wow.
like she's sort of like butch, like a butch lady who goes by Peaches. Okay, and you have no memory of her. I knew you wouldn't. She brings absolutely nothing to the episode.
It's the woman though. I should have recognized her as like the one
Yeah,
woman.
that's how unmemorable she is.
I feel like there was the similar thing, the one with Michael Cudlitz, like
Oh
that episode. There
yeah,
was like the
yeah,
one
yeah.
other guy
I think you're
we
right.
went
Yeah,
with.
one of those dudes they ran.
Similar to that crew a
Yeah.
little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna
Good
go with
call.
her.
I agree with you. So since yeah, good call.
Mm.
But I rank it. We've done 80 episodes, and I have this at 52 between the Yoko factor and I Only Have Eyes for You.
Oh my God, this better than I only have eyes for you. Fucking
I know. It
blasphemy.
seems high.
No, this is gonna be lower for me. Where you got?
We start at New Moon Rising.
That's way better than this.
Oh, well. Goodbye, Iowa.
Sure.
All right. You have that at 62 of 80. So, Goodbye, Iowa, Pangs, Gingerbread, Nightmares,
You
some
could
of
pop this. You could pop this between Pangs and Gingerbread.
Okay, 64. Do you have it 64? I have it 52. I think that makes sense. I think I did like it a little bit more than you.
There you go. All right, you want to move on to Angel? Wait, did I have? Oh, I
Yes.
wrote two notes that you didn't say. Just I like, they don't do they did some very modern pop culture references. How about a Harry Potter reference in
Yeah, you're right.
the year 2000? That's pre any of the movies. They make a Harry Potter reference and Dawn says, "Crack open a book, why don't you?"
Yeah,
That's amazing.
that is amazing. I forgot about that, but you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
And I
Harry
liked
Potter.
when Buffy was like, "Ooh, I hope they get someone cute like George Clooney."
That was a big modern reference.
Well, I
I
George
guess
Clooney's
so.
so old now that I like that back then there was like a 20-year-old going like, who's a cute young actor? George Clooney.
Remember the first episode when we are like
James Spader. James
James
Spader.
Spader.
Yeah.
This is way more normal than that, I think.
She's evolved from James Spader to George Clooney.
Or devolved, if you ask me. Just kidding.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
If you ask Cordelia,
Well,
wasn't
she certainly
Cordelia
has
the one that
less.
was a big
That's
Spader fan?
true. James Spader, somebody, or he needs to call me. That
He
was the line.
needs to call me.
Alan Thicke, the devil. All right.
They hated Alan Thicke. What did he do?
Or John Tesh. No, they hated
Oh,
John
John Tesh,
Tesh.
the
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay.
That's all I know him from is from that line. Um, so
What you don't
Angel
know?
time.
You don't know that he wrote ba 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 da 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 ba da ba da
You probably told me that at
da
the
da.
time.
He wrote that.
That seems familiar.
One of the all-time great theme songs ever. NBA on NBC.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So Angel time.